Hey guys, Dakara here and welcome back to my channel, and today we are on Fringe Season 1 Episode 15. And I just want to preface this by saying, I am an idiot. After editing the last episode, I was so distracted by what I was seeing on screen, I was just reading it rather than looking at the intricacies of what I was seeing. So the raised Y should have been what I was focusing on. So it looks as though Walter has wrote the book. Either that or someone that was also in the lab has wrote the book. Maybe William Bell. Maybe they did it together. I don't know. But it's all come back to this book, and it appears that Walter is the one that has played a part in it. He seemed so fascinated by the words in the book, and he was obsessed with it in some regard. And I'm wondering as well if this could possibly be an alternative Walter that has wrote the book with that typewriter, but he didn't do it in the present. Am I making sense there? I don't know. But either way, thank you for letting me know. But I did also see it when I was editing the reaction. I was like, oh, you idiot. But yeah, there we go. I've just got that out the way. But now we have to dive into a brand new episode, and we have to see if any of these gifts that Olivia has now discovered she may have are going to come to fruition and be a bit more prominent within this show. We'll wait and see. I'm excited. So without further ado, let's roll that intro and get straight into a brand new reaction. Here we go.
One clear. Zone 2 is clear. Zone 3 clear.
Got a squatter in Zone 5.
Get them out. After that, we're clear here too.
Okay, people, building's clean. Wrap it up and get out.
I mean, it's not clear yet. Can we confirm that the squatter has been removed?
What? The waitress, the brunette, what's her name?
I was thinking about the lean corned beef. Man.
Yeah, right, the lean corned beef named Marcy.
Dennis, what's the problem?
All of a sudden, I got a weird feeling.
Where are we going?
I think we missed something.
At least he listened to his gut and wasn't like, nah. He took his job seriously.
There's nothing underneath there. It's a solid foundation.
Doesn't look solid. Is there going to be a body down there?
This was definitely not in the blueprints.
Someone knew about it. There's chairs down there and everything. Oh, rats. What in the rookery?
What the hell?
Nah. Holy Jesus. That's terrifying. Also, I've just remembered I've not put subtitles on, so I'm gonna do that real quick.
Bella?
Mommy gets grumpy if I wake her too early.
She always did.
It's so nice seeing her being an auntie as well. Aunties are so important, guys.
Well, you know that you can stay here for as long as you want.
You don't need a little creature waking you up at 6.
If that little creature is Ella, I am fine with it.
It's me. The artist is back.
Oh, they've seen this person before.
How do you know? Did we receive another fax?
Yeah. Hartford office got one too.
They've been sealed shut for at least 70 years. The place was a sarcophagus.
70 years. 70 years?
He's so pale.
He seems to be developing some sort of pigmentation. Dr. Bishop, any thoughts?
Perhaps. First, I need a piece of special equipment. Record player. You enjoy music, don't you, Mr. Broyles?
Broyles is done.
I'll have someone get right on that.
The child was trapped in a low oxygen environment for so long that his body adapted to it.
So he's got too much oxygen.
I'm not interested in what you think. Administering additional oxygen at this stage would simply cause his lungs to fill with fluid. We need to deprive him of oxygen.
Much better, Walter, much better.
I always imagined getting a tattoo would hurt real bad.
It's a good pain.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you.
You didn't.
I think you need to read that they're not feeling very social right now. Some people just don't like talking. I relate.
Cool motorcycle, what make?
67 Harley Shovelhead. She's a beauty.
Yeah, she is.
This is why you shouldn't treat people differently. She obviously had that gut instinct and gave off that standoffish vibe.
How do we think he survived down there? I mean, what did he eat?
Rats.
I was literally about to say rats.
What's it say?
Sam Gilmore.
He can write? I'll see what we have on any Sam Gilmores in Massachusetts.
Definitely the work of the artist. He clearly made alterations to the body post-mortem.
Samantha Gilmore.
Wait, did you say Sam Gilmore?
Interesting.
Let me ask you the obvious. What's the connection?
Maybe he witnessed it.
Boy couldn't be more than 10.
Well, he certainly looks that.
You believe he might be older?
But none of that explains how I knew Samantha Gilmore.
I have located my turntable, so I don't need you to purchase me one after all.
Olivia.
I was sitting on the toilet.
Walter, I think that's probably enough information.
They told me that you haven't eaten anything solid yet. So I,
Thought you would get hyped up on sugar.
When I was a kid, I used to live on these. Except the yellow. Thank you.
She's good with kids, considering she doesn't have kids of her own. What do you do with the yellow ones then? Surely that's a waste. Waste not, want not.
Elliot Michaels, Department of Social Services.
But the circumstances by which he was found attracted our interest.
It's bizarre, huh?
I bet his hearing is extremely good, and his lip reading will be good as well, because all of his senses would have been heightened.
I'm not gonna get in your way. I just thought I'd stop by and see him before I get the ball rolling. You know, assuming all the paperwork is in order.
She doesn't want that. He doesn't want that.
What's wrong?
Should I get the doctor?
I think we're okay.
All right.
It's weird that the nurse asked her, should we get a doctor? Oh, I don't trust this guy.
I'm at the hospital. I think we may have found another one.
Okay.
Anything so far? I just got here 5 seconds ago.
It's going to be the woman with the dog, isn't it? Yep. Yippers.
Good. You're very good.
God, I hope this weirdo gets caught.
I followed a lead that didn't pan out.
You think it didn't pan out, but it will pan out.
Where?
It's right outside St. Catherine's, surrounded by candles. ERT said they found some blood underneath her nails, so they're running it.
So he didn't see that.
A neighbor found a dog tied to a fence.
We were there.
No way we could have known that.
But he was trying to tell us, and he was right, and we were there.
Oh, that's gonna kill her. I mean, she shouldn't take any fault for that, but because she looked into the lead. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He didn't physically see that happen, but he still knew that it was going to happen. That's a gift in itself. So this child's been tested on and then maybe escaped or hidden down there.
Walter, it turns out that the boy was right.
I believe I know how he's doing it. Allows them to detect their prey's bioelectric field from a distance of many miles.
Miles? Holy Jesus.
Undetectable chemicals that affect our behavior, our sex drive.
Hey, speaking
our
of sex
fear.
drive,
I'm sure Agent Dunham knows what a penis looks like. Don't you, Agent Dunham?
Reactions to him get me every time.
Well, the boy is obviously thinking, yes, having thought. We just haven't been able to hear them.
and I'm sure you can do that, can't you?
Perhaps I can.
Of course he can. He can do anything. He can build a time machine or a teleportation device.
Listen, I want to take you away from here for a while. Is that okay?
He's not panicking with her, but he panicked with the other guy. So I wonder if that's what Walter was saying, where he can sense emotions and things like that. And he knew that this guy had bad intentions.
You're not putting that medieval torture device on that poor kid.
Walter, the last time you used that thing, you drilled it into the guy's head.
Suppose it could be modified?
Really? You didn't think to mention that to the last guy?
just love him.
A good omelet is far more complex. We'll have him talking in no time.
Well, not really, though. He's not physically talking. You're just listening. Peter's like, oh, Jesus. Give me strength.
And turn the music off. Now, Agent Farnsworth.
Can you not just leave it on? Will it affect something? Oh, that's what he sensed.
Mr. Michaels is in social services. He's with the CIA's Directorate of Science and Technology.
So you want to take him to protect him, is that it? Forgive me for sounding harsh, but I don't buy that for a second.
Thank you, Olivia.
To be honest, it really doesn't make any difference. What do you think? The boy's coming with me.
Nope. Royals, please. Oh, no.
The boy will be under my protection. I'll personally guarantee his safety.
If I agree to this, then you'll turn the boy over to me without a fight.
She doesn't want to agree to that. She really doesn't want to agree to that. Royals did, though. I don't like this guy. He just gives off a really evil vibe.
We were hoping that the blood we found under the second victim's fingernails was a match for the killer. It wasn't human, it was bovine.
You said cow blood? How would someone get cow's blood on their fingers in Boston?
Well, Peter's got an idea.
A couple years ago, I was working down in Tennessee as a floor sweeper at a meatpacking plant. We had these big rolls of industrial-grade plastic to wrap their cuts of meat in before we would send them to the grocery stores.
Cow's blood and plastic.
I like that little touch, just to show that it's not like the first one they try and it's like bingo. Ooh, I don't like that Olivia's not here for this, though. Could she not have sent Charlie and then she stayed with the boy? What if he gets scared?
Turn it off now. He's freezing. Let me get this off. Hey, Astrid, can you grab us a blanket?
We're trying to track down a suspect in a murder investigation.
He's feeling what Olivia's feeling.
A man came in here yesterday, and I sold him some plastic.
That's your guy.
Thank you. Your mother raised you well.
Questionable.
Turns out the plastic did come from a meatpacking plant. Olivia got a sketch of the guy. You gonna go back to the FBI, or are you coming here?
Ask her if it was refrigerated.
Yes, Walter.
It's a meatpacking plant full of raw meat. So yeah, let's go out on a limb here and say that it's probably refrigerated.
Our strange little friend is an empath. That's why he's telling you. Because he knows that the information is important to you.
Adopt him, please. I'm kidding, she works too much.
Are you trying to help me?
Look at his little hand in hers. I can't.
It's like he's mad at me.
Because he doesn't want to leave.
What?
You told Michaels that once the boy helped you stop the artist, you'd turn him over to him.
Well done, Astrid. I didn't even think about that.
I can't even stop them from taking you. Even though I wish I could.
At least he knows that she'll be telling the truth because he can feel her emotions.
Thank you.
What are you doing in the neighborhood, sir?
I just coming home from work. Haven't had anything to drink.
That's the one. Come on, it's clear.
We need to check the back of your vehicle.
Did she hit the tire?
Charlie, check the back of the van!
Bloody hell, he got over that all right. I mean, I knew Olivia would.
We found a victim. She's alive.
Oh, I don't like that she's here alone. Don't like that at all. Like, fucking hell. Go on, Gil. Oh, she stabbed him.
Oh, God.
God, he died that quick.
It's Olivia. I need you to help me with something.
It's the boy. He knows as well. He just knows what she's going to ask of him.
You remember Dr. Winnick. She's going to take you now.
I can't stop staring at the back of the boy's head.
Take you to a home with a very nice family that are going to take care of you.
Oh my God, he's melting my heart.
He disappeared from right under the noses of a protective detail. Beginning to suspect there's a lot about him we don't understand. And apparently we never will.
That's the way that they're going with it. Didn't even flinch. God, you're a good bros. Gotta give you that.
Touch your nose. You are.
Okay, he's smiling. He can feel Liv's happiness, I'm guessing, then. It's making him happy? Question mark? Or is he happy that Olivia helped him? Oh. Okay. Is that... I mean, I didn't think he was very observant, but is that him? Wait. There was a part of me that was like, he's the observer. And I shut it down instantly because I was just linking them based on appearance, which you shouldn't do. But then when he looked at the observer like that, and more so the way that the observer looked at the child, there was something in that. There was something deeper there. And I'm wondering if there are many observers. And this guy that was like, we found another one, like the social services guy. I'm wondering if he knows all about the observer or observers, and that's what they're like deep diving into, maybe. Because if it's not the actual observer, because it could be, because we know that there's multiverses now, and we know that there's a time machine, for Christ's sake, so that potentially could have been the child all grown up coming back to the present and seeing himself. Or it could be that there's many observers, there's so many of them, and this child is going to grow up into the observer and do the missions or whatever they do. Because we know that the observer tracks things. He says, you know, it's happening again, or like it's here. So there has to be something more there. This is really interesting. I mean, I would love if the child came back into it, because there was a clear connection between Olivia and the child. So for them to reunite further down the seasons would be amazing, in my opinion. And I do love when shows do that, when something happens and then way further down the line there's a callback, because to me it shows that even one episode is substantial to the overall arc of the show in its entirety. So I personally really enjoyed this episode. It did feel very much like a standalone episode until the observer thing at the end, because we didn't get a call back to Walter and his typewriter, and we didn't speak about Jones. So in that regard, it felt like it went off on a bit of a tangent, but it still linked it back right at the end there. And the episodes themselves are still extremely interesting. They're captivating, mainly because of the characters and how well they gel together. Like Peter's "so help me God" response to Walter's quirks, and Olivia's just, I will always say this, but her reactions to the things that Walter says and the things that Walter does, I just think is comedic gold. And I think it's because it's so subtle. I think she does it very well. I think Anna Trov just delivers those moments really, really well. I also liked that Astrid got a little bit more involved as well. She was listening to everything that was going on. Obviously, she's a key factor within this group. She does most of the bloody legwork, let's be honest. They just sort of order around all the time. But it's nice that she was using her intellect within the case as well and helping out. And the fact that they all listen to her when she talks, it's not like they belittle her in any way. She's a strong member of the group, which I obviously like. Peter has had so many jobs within his life, and he's not that old, so he has quite the many skill sets are key when it comes to solving crimes and what Olivia does. I think Olivia's always pleasantly surprised at the feedback that Peter gives as well. And again, she respects his thoughts and the tangents that they can go down. And I also loved when they had, you know, the device to read the thoughts of people, and Peter's like, oh, you didn't think to tell the last guy that you didn't have to drill into his skull. And Walter's just so like nonchalant about it. It's like, yeah, I guess I could have done. It's just, I just love them, guys. I love them. I love this show, and I do think that it is gonna get better. I mean, I just hope. I don't know if that's just wishful thinking, but from the episodes that I've seen, the consistency is there. Like the quality hasn't dropped at all, even on the most standalone episodes. Because sometimes, like Monster of the Weeks or whatever, I mean, I like them, but some can just be very filler. And I think with Fringe and the way that they do it, even the filler episodes feel entertaining. They're not boring in any way. And again, I think that's a credit to the characters as well, because those small scenes are what you're here for. Like, I feel like I'm becoming a part of the group. You know, I'm getting to know them. I'm getting to know how they work and how they respond to each other. And yeah, it's just really nice to see. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I hope you guys are enjoying my reactions to them as well. If you are, give this video a cheeky like, because it lets me know that you're enjoying it. Maybe subscribe if you could be so kind. But as always, there's no pressure here. I would just love to have you. A massive shout out to all of my members, and a special one to my sponsors in the Mark of Jane tier, keeping the content alive. Thank you so freaking much for all that you do. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I cannot thank you enough. And thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you again for the next one. Goodbye for now. And while we're talking of the Dak Pack, let's quickly take a comment from there. And today I've chosen a new face. This is Christian. Christian says, hi Dakara, I recently subscribed and I've been catching up on your Fringe reactions, and I have been really enjoying both your reactions and the discussions at the end of the episodes. You're very insightful and creative in your theories for the show, and I can tell you've been watching TV for a long time. I mean, yeah, these are facts. I watch way too much TV. I wanted to start writing comments under this episode in particular. This is my 114 reaction. This one is the kind of start of the macro mythology of the whole show, with the introduction of the drug trials, the manifesto, and the supposed powers that Olivia has, not to mention the continued mentions of alternate universes. And so I wanted to make this the starting point of all my comments on the show. This truly is a fantastic episode across the board, and Jones is such a good character. Every time he appears, he just brings a different energy to the show, and the actor is amazing. I won't go too much into details of the things mentioned in the episode because I really don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that your analysis so far have been very well constructed. You're for sure picking up what the writers have put down so far. That is good to know, okay? Because sometimes I feel like I'm extremely far off, and then sometimes I feel like I'm just honed in, like I am zoned. Like for this episode in particular, I just felt like I was picking up on a lot of things quite easily, whereas sometimes I'm completely off base. So I appreciate your comments and kind words, Christian. And yeah, I'm so excited by the multiverse and the drug trials as well, because again, it opens a whole nother can of worms. Like, there's so many more possibilities and routes that they could go down when it comes to the story arc of our characters. So I'm very, very excited, and I can't thank you enough for tuning in and for leaving a comment. Hopefully many more comments to come. I love reading them. And yeah, don't forget guys, if you want to see one of your comments at the end of these videos, then don't forget to leave them in the comment section below. Maybe yours will be next. But until next time, goodbye for now.